Pro wrestler, actor, and the energy drink king.
As a professional athlete, as a performer, we still go through shit. I got bullied a lot for it. I ignored my health for my whole 20s, and I would have weeks where my only sleep was on a plane.
He went to 40 countries. He's acting, he's wrestling. Like, you've done a lot for your age.
I got to be on Times Square billboard. I had a problem not being present. The woman who's been there with me when I had nothing, and now I have everything, I want to make sure that she wins too. I want at least thousands, hundreds of thousands of people to see what I've done and see my story and hear from me and be inspired and chase their dream and to maybe change their mindset from negative to positive.
Was there ever a moment that you thought, I don't want to do this anymore? Pro wrestler, actor, and the energy drink king.
Oh yeah.
Does that describe you?
Very much so. And the energy drink part is, I always drink it. I got into caffeine pre-workout when I was 16.
Okay.
And I started using it. And I'm like, wow, I don't want to work out without it.
Yeah.
And then energy drinks started happening. And then at some point in my wrestling career, I needed a character or needed a gimmick. And EC3, one of the top wrestlers in the world, says, dude, you drink energy drinks and you're like, crack that in your mind all the time. Yeah. Start using that in your character. Once I did, that was it. My career took off.
How many energy drinks were you drinking on a day-to-day?
2 to 3 a day.
Damn.
Yeah.
And they say don't even drink more than one of those.
No, CC say 1 max per day. I'm down to like 3.
Yeah? How many today?
Today I woke up, I had my Ghost, and then I went to the airport. I had a Celsius, and then I had espresso from you. So 2 so far today.
All right.
Hell yeah.
I'm like the espresso king.
Love that.
Right?
So good. Unflavored?
No flavor, nothing.
There we go.
Just black espresso. Easy. I probably have 5-6 of them a day.
Oh, wow.
We were talking off camera, but I think you're the first wrestler to be on Money Buys Happiness.
Wow. It's an honor.
So that's
Love
huge.
that. I love
so
that.
we're gonna start it off. So in terms of wrestling, when did you first even start liking it? When did you realize it could be something that you could take part in? When does wrestling come to be in your life?
I must have been like 8 or 9. It was SmackDown versus Raw 07.
Okay.
And that game, just seeing Rey Mysterio and the Boogeyman, how they were portrayed with masks and paint and just like, I was like, this is like crazy. What is this? Mm-hmm. And then later that day, they had it on TV. And I just didn't know this existed. It was like these guys are dropping off ropes, doing power bombs and slams and everything. And I just did not think it was actually a thing.
Okay.
I see movies, but movies are movies. Wrestling is like live action stunts, right? Basically. Mm-hmm. And fast forward a few years, I was a fan growing up. John Cena, loving Jeff Hardy, did the meet and greets, all that stuff.
And what were you like as a kid during those times too? Like what was life like? What were you?
I was playing football. I was a quarterback for years. And then at some point, high school, I was like, Dad, I want to wrestle. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to try wrestling. I went to a meet and greet with Bryan Danielson, my favorite wrestler of all time. I told him, hey, I want to start doing this. Any advice? He was very encouraging. Go for it. Give it your best and just do it. Mm-hmm. And then I went to a Saturday Night Live, I think it was, to a John Cena episode. Okay. And he was there. I asked him for advice as well. And he was he's motivational, but just be safe. And I learned that. And I want people to see whoever's a fan of wrestling that watches this, or a wrestler, be safe, because that's the most important thing you can do. Because I've ignored my health for my whole 20s, and I'm still in my 20s, but like my first 3 or 4 years in my 20s, I've learned the hard way of my health. I have not taken care of it.
But someone might say, okay, but you're talking about becoming technically a professional athlete. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So how would your health be negatively affected?
So wrestling's a lot of agony on the body. Every match you go, every time there's a science that says every time you hit the mat, it's the same impact. It's the same impact as a car hitting you at 20 miles per hour. I believe that was the metric. And it hurts. But now, what I really learned was taking care of myself when I was traveling. I would do 6-hour flights each way, back and forth every weekend, and California, Oregon, Japan, wherever I went, it was a long flight, and that is damaging to your body after a while. I would sleep on flights. I would have weeks where my only sleep was on a plane, and I didn't have neck pillow, so my neck was laying like certain ways, and at one point I'm like, I need to wear a neck pillow. I need to stretch before I get on the plane. I need to do these things and get PT. I got stem cells at one point. You have to take things to maintain your body because long term, I want to do this forever. I want to be able to be at a level where I could do this as long as I want to. And you have to take care of your body. Otherwise, you're going to break down. I've seen it happen to people.
True. Okay, so going back to it now, you want to become a wrestler. What are even the steps that you have to take to become a wrestler? Like I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, "Hey, this is like the entry point, and this is how you level up, and this is what you can expect." So, at what point did you learn, the entry point, and what was that like? What
Great
happened?
Great question. It was more or less like you got started at school and train. You got to find the reputable school, find the good school, and start training, getting really good. And they have shows all over the country, all over the world. They have events. So if you want to start getting on shows, you get in the car with people and act like, hey, I want to come travel with you. And people usually are open to like, oh, come in the car with me, whatever. I'll bring you. And you just be people and always bring your gear with you. That's something I always learned because at the first few matches I had, I wasn't booked, but I got booked because I was just there.
Okay.
So that's kind of how that works. And then over and over, and then people start realizing who you are, and your following grows. And then now the bigger you are, the better it is for promoters to book you because they want to draw tickets. So it's a very slow build. Some people, like if they're famous prior to wrestling, they may have it pretty easy because they already have the following prior, so that people want to book them more because they weigh more. They're huge.
Yes.
But I would say the start is to go to a school, and finding a school was hard at first because I was what, 14, so I was trying to like find the school that would take me because I was so young.
So you were 14 when you really started
Training
and going hard.
Yep. With two of my best friends, they both quit within 6 months.
And then the plan for you was to do that throughout high school?
Yep.
And then at the end of high school, go pro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was pro at 6. Well, pro was when you get paid, right?
Okay.
That's like kind of like, even though it's not much when you first start, like I would say you are determined a pro when you start getting paid money, I think, right? I would say, my opinion. I started at 14. I was freshman or sophomore in high school. Quit football. I just didn't want to do it anymore. I wasn't in me anymore. I wanted to try wrestling. So I feel like if I didn't try this, and I just played football, I wouldn't be where obviously I'm now. So I quit football, and I got bullied a lot for it. A lot. Oh yeah.
You got bullied for quitting football?
Being a wrestler. Starting training. Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, and I got bullied in wrestling too at first. But I'll tell you what, the issue was, I was still a fan of wrestling. Like I would show up to wrestling training wearing wrestling shirts. Okay. And it's like kind of like a no, right? Yeah. You want to like you are a wrestler now. You're not like
a fan.
Yes, that's kind of how it was, right?
Okay.
But in school, I'd wear the shirts too, and people would like, oh, when I first started, like, oh, what do you like, John Cena? What do you like? And they would laugh at me and stuff. And those same people, as cliche as it sounds, they hit me up now, and they're my friends now, and they're like proud of me and stuff. Oh, good job, whatever. I saw you on TV this week, but it was not easy to get into that. It wasn't easy, Yeah. But now I've had to show my value throughout the years, and doing that, I've gained respect. Right. And a lot of wrestling is gaining respect.
And when you were getting picked on during that time, would that be a motivating factor for you at that time? Was that something that you're like, yeah, I'll show them, kind of chip on my shoulder?
Yes. And then at the point where I was like flying every single week, I didn't give a shit no more.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
Because you realized it was bigger than all that.
Oh, I was doing things that were insane at that point. I was 18. I was wrestling in Europe and England, getting flown out. Like I was just on TV. I might have been at Ring of Honor when I was 19. I was on TV wrestling. Like your opinion don't matter to me.
For sure.
But when I was in 7th grade, I had a moment that I got where the bullying was so bad that it was. I had a really rough patch when I was like, growing up, where I was just getting like bullied for nothing. Like
still for the wrestling?
No, I mean being a fan, I guess, but like yeah, and. It's weird to see the growth and how people view you when you do things. No one when you first start, they're laughing at you. They don't give a shit what you do. Like when you first start, but when you do things that they can't do or they never be able to do, then they call you and tell you how good you are.
Yep.
I'm sure you know.
100%. Mm-hmm. So I guess that was motivating you to do more. Okay, when was your first, I guess, official wrestling match?
I was 16 years old. Actually, former WWE champion Drew McIntyre was in the match with me. He left. He was in WWE. He was in WWE for years, and then he left. And then he wrestled like all over. I had a match. He was in the match with me. And then, so that was my first match. Busted open, bleeding. I fell in my entrance. It was a mess, right? Like my first time debuting on a show, I just fell. I fell on. He actually had. So he sprayed his hair with water entrance and did and I was after him. So I fell right on my face. That
was your first.
Yep,
That was
match.
your first go at it.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Got up, got in the ring, and then a guy took me, put me on his shoulders, threw me, and my face hit the mat, busted my face open, bleeding, and everything. First match. Yep.
And at this time, what's like your family saying, your parents saying, like what are they saying about the career that you're taking? Because I know if I was to tell my mom, hey Ma, I want to be a wrestler now, there's gonna be some conversations I have to have, some explanations. But I'm just curious, like what the support group looked like for you more in your teens going into 20.
Love that question. My mom and my dad's supportive. He played football, so I was like following his footsteps, and he was very proud of that. And then me quitting to wrestle, he's like, "Oh, I really wish you would stay with football. You were really good, but I'll support you in this anyway."
Okay,
which is awesome of him. My mom was like, "Oh, I'm worried about you. You're always traveling. You always this. Be careful." You know, the Italian mom, right?
for sure.
But my father was very supportive of it, and from 16. 17, 18, the money's not coming in yet. Like you're still pretty new, right? Okay. So like they were like, "Oh, when are you gonna make money? When are you gonna do this?" I'm like, you know what I mean? Like you kind of want to be able to be on your own at that point. So like, you got side jobs and you did things to make ends meet while you're doing your thing. That's kind of where it was. Like, I'm proud of you. You're doing great, but like I really want you to be able to be sustainable on your own. Because if I wasn't here anymore, so they were proud of me, but they wanted me to be realistic enough to know like, okay, I might need a side job for this moment, for this time.
Okay,
you know. So yeah, I've had a very good support system. My mom is very supportive now more than ever, since she's seeing the growth and what I've been doing is just, I had never even imagined it happening. You know what I mean? Sure. And the most important thing is my wife. She's the most, very blessed to have her. She's the most supportive person in the world.
Really?
It's insane.
Yeah.
It scares me almost.
You guys met, when did you guys meet?
I was 20 and she was older.
Okay.
She was 28 when I met her.
And you were kind of like, I guess at that point you start making money.
Yeah.
Right, you were monetizing.
I was on TV working for Ring of Honor.
So take me through again, because maybe people watching this, they don't understand the world of wrestling. They just hear about it, they see it, or someone wants to become one. They just think, oh, maybe I'll never make money doing that. Take me through the steps of what it looks like to finally make money as a wrestler. Like the steps you have to take until you're like, okay, you're at this level. That means that you're probably self-sufficient. It's your full-time job.
The craziest thing is, sorry.
No, go ahead.
The craziest thing is that there's no way of doing that.
Yeah.
Because like, let's just say, think of a name quick. LeBron James, a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
He would be the most paid guy there is, because look who he is.
Yep.
Starting from the bottom, there's no discretion of like, so I would say I would compare wrestling to like, in a way, comedy or upcoming acting, where you got to take no pay for a while.
Okay.
Or less pay for a very long time. And then when you're starting to get your reps in, and you know your shit, people want to use you, then you're like, all right, this is my chart, my rate over and over again. And it grows, right?
Yeah.
The more you do, the better you do, the bigger your name is, and you charge more, right? Building value, which I've been doing last couple of years. I got signed to a Bang Energy deal, and then I got signed to a G Fuel deal. Okay. 2 energy drink brands that I had sponsored by. Probably two of the biggest drink brands I got sponsored by, which really made my value in wrestling skyrocket. I had all the podcasts hit me up. I got to do the Kurt Angle podcast. Okay. So I got to do all the really massive Sports Illustrated recently. I just did. So I got to really get on every. Oh, that's another thing. Marketing yourself.
That's what I want to ask.
I got on probably almost every major wrestling podcast there is.
As a wrestler.
Yeah.
Your personal brand is still so important.
Everything.
That's opening the doors, technically.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
How many times are maybe they're looking to book you and then they go look at your following and like, okay, yeah, he can sell tickets or he has a fan base, right? So that's been important for you?
Huge, because now it's like, okay, you can wrestle in the ring, great. But now if I book you and I put you on my poster, how many people are going to go buy a ticket to see the show because of you, right? Yes. That's a big one. And I see a lot of wrestlers who are incredible in the ring, but they got like a couple thousand followers. And that's fine, right? You could do your thing and get your bookings, but the more following you have, the more I feel like it'd be easier for you to get more work. I think that's kind of like how it worked these days, and in any industry.
Do you think those two deals came from your personal brand?
No.
Or from a fight?
So Bang sent me a contract. So I started using the drink stuff in my matches, and I had a match in Oregon where I used the energy drink. I was in the match. I was crawling to the corner, drank it, hooked up like Popeye would with spinach, and the place went viral. Bang sent me a contract like a week later, and I was at a gas station pumping gas. I saw this email. Oh my god, it's probably fake. And then I'm like driving around. I'm like, let me take a look again. There's like a contract and a signature at the bottom. It was wild. I couldn't even believe it. So signed it. That's what. Then G Fuel. So Bang had a lawsuit they were dealing with, so they cut all their talent. G Fuel was like that. I say, hey, this is happening. I would love to work with you guys. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
That was it. Easy.
Yeah.
So, and then as time goes on, the bigger you get, I got signed to a talent agency who they deal with all my brand deals.
Why I bring it up is because we talk about this with a lot of people, but we also had a comedian on maybe about a month ago, female comedian from New York. And she was even explaining to us in that space, what's opening doors for these comedians is their online presence.
Exactly. It's very similar.
Because they're like selling tickets to show. And again, there could be this super talented, funny comedian with 500 followers. And now the person who did a couple funny TikToks is ahead of them in the industry.
It's insane.
Right?
It actually sucks.
I know.
To be honest.
And I always say this, right? Like there's the game that's being played and I'm not gonna, I can dislike it, but I'm still gonna play the game.
If you don't, if you don't, you're kind of behind at some point. That's why for a while it was like, I'm seeing guys who just started way after me, but they had a viral clip or a funny video that went viral, or just something that they got into like a huge opportunity that made them more famous, and now they're getting where they got to get. And good for them, right? I had some pretty awesome moments that happened to me. I'm getting in movies now, and those are piling on, which is awesome. So it's like I never hate anybody. I'm always trying to motivate and encourage people to do better, and I'm always proud of people seeing people do good. It's my biggest thing. I always want to see people do good because this life is hard.
For sure.
So I think that anyone who's able to make it on their own and do pretty good,
of course,
that's kind of what I love to see.
That's the energy you have to have, man. That's good karma. That energy comes back around, and I'm sure you've seen it. You're always like, from what since I've been following you and seeing your content and speaking to you, like you've been at the highest energy and but also positive with the energy, right? And I think
it has to be that way. Because if you're sitting around so a few things. If you're negative, who wants to be around you? Nobody. 2, if you're negative, you're only affecting yourself. People who want to be around you aren't going to be around you. They'll be fine on their own. Now you're sitting alone and you're negative and you're feeling like shit. So the only person you're affecting when you're negative is yourself, because you aren't. All right, let's just say I hang out with my friends and I'm negative. They ain't gonna give a fuck. They'll walk away. I'm alone and I'm negative and I'm feeling upset alone. So I feel like if you are at least, even if you're upset or even if you're going through a lot, if you are, that's fine. That's okay. You're able to feel how you feel. But if you're somebody who's always negative, always complaining, always in a seeing things with the water half empty, people aren't going to want to be around you. And that's kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. So take me through now, maybe you start traveling now and stuff is really real at this point. So when was your first trip for wrestling?
My first, just in general?
Yeah.
Like how far?
I would say outside the country.
Okay. My first trip was UK when I was 17.
Okay. And
13 days.
At this point, you're kind of getting booked for one-off fights?
So it was a tour.
Okay.
So we would fly in, wrestle, pack up, get in the van, like a tour bus every day. 13 days. Nonstop.
And what's the training regimen like for that? Because I know when it comes to that, but there's also an entertainment side. There's the fighting side, but then there's the entertainment side of you're a certain character. You're facing off against this character tonight, and there's this drama, there's a story in between. Like, talk to me about that side of wrestling.
So every match, you want to be able to take the crowd on an emotional roller coaster.
Okay.
You want to be able to make them cheer, boo, get angry, get happy at any moment. Excuse me. And I think that's something that I've learned and I'm really good at now. And in the UK, I was 17, so I was not where I am now at this point. I was not this good. So I was a lot of learning for me. It was a lot of fucking up and learning while I was on the job, right? And it was a big learning experience because the crowds in the UK are phenomenal. They were packed to the gills, tons of fans, and they were able to they enjoyed what they were doing. So it wasn't like a very hard crowd to be in front of.
Okay.
Some crowds want to see everything, right? And it's hard to be able to please some of them.
Okay.
But these UK crowds they just love whatever you do. Like I could sit in a chair and play chess and they would cheer for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it just depends, but
And you're saying the U.S. crowds are hard?
they can be.
Okay.
Like but in a good way, but I'm not going to be able to do what I did in the UK and America sometimes. It just depends, right?
Okay.
Like when I wrestled in the Northwest, Oregon, Seattle, they love everything, right? But let's just say a crowd in Texas, they may want to see hardcore stuff like blood, and they want to see, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So different crowds like different things. You have to gauge that and learn that. Like when I was in Japan, they want hard hitting, and they want to see like contact and heavy. They want to hear thuds, so we give it to them, right?
Okay. And then who's this? Is it like the showrunner deciding that?
It's just
or you just personally when you're out there?
Yep.
Okay.
You know when you.
Okay.
So I study where I'm wrestling, and I know what certain crowds like. Like I know in British wrestling, they like grappling, they like holds, locks, submissions, stuff like that. I know that for a fact. I'm good at that. That's where I was trained. I was very highly trained in that style of wrestling. But then lucha, Mexican style wrestling, they do things flip side. So everything that I'll do, this is saying a lot, but everything that I do in America is to the left side of the person's body.
Okay.
But when you're in Mexico, that switches to the right side of the body.
Why is that?
So like if I'm wrestling you in America, I'm going to be grabbing your left arm, your left leg, whatever I do.
Uh-huh.
In Mexico, it's opposite. I don't know why, but it is.
There's no reason.
No, that's how they do it.
And why are you deciding my left?
Because it's easier. At least for me, well, that's how I don't even know why. I don't even know why. I mean, it's easier for me because I was trained that way. But if I was trained the right way, I'm sure the right side would be easy for me. I don't know.
So wrestlers are trained to go for one side?
It's hard to explain and not like say too much, right?
True.
But everyone says everything. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, we're trained to work the left side of the body.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So if I'm beating your arm up, I'm going to your left arm. Unless it's injured, then I got to go that one. Then it's fine.
Okay.
But Mexico specifically they'll roll opposite side of the arm. They'll work on the person's body on that side, right?
Okay.
And I can do that.
Okay.
I'm able to. I learned.
And did you notice any other differences like this throughout the countries you've been to?
Yes. So, I'll go through where I've been. I've been to Finland, very TV style wrestling. They film. It's very professional. It's awesome. But when I was in Finland, I had a regular event for them, and then I had an event they did the Helsinki Metal Festival, right, in a stadium. So that's all metal fans, punk rock fans, right? It was crazy to be a part of that. So it would be the concert and then a ring on the opposite side. So the fans would all come to the ring, and then everyone in the seats would see easily. Mm-hmm. That was so for the first match in Finland for Slam Wrestling. It was a very TV style match, right? Like if you watch WWE, kind of that style. Then the Metal Festival, we kind of did a little crazy stuff because they're metal fans. They want to see crazy shit.
Of course,
we did that. Then that was Finland. Then
what? Sorry, just to stop. What do you mean? What were you doing that was crazier than the initial?
Like I had my energy drink. I drank it. I spat it. I threw the drink. I was just crazy stuff, right? Like tons of cool moves.
Yeah.
So
energy's just way higher.
Way high.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
I'm always high energy, but like they're drunk. These people are metal fans. They want to see everything. We went out of the ring. We did stuff on the floor.
Yeah.
We went into the crowd. They wanted to feel.
Okay, so that was Finland.
Okay. England, British style. They love everything. Finland, England, and then I did France. This is last year's tour, but most of what I've done. Then France, bar none, amazing wrestling. TV style, but you can do everything, right? Every style of wrestling, they're very talented. I'd say it's a very underrated place to wrestle. Germany, love Germany. I'm going back there next month. Great place to wrestle. Amazing fans. amazing fans. Like they love what you're doing. They're happy to see everything that you're doing. Right?
Sick.
There's no like, oh, we want to see this. They'll enjoy whatever you do.
Okay.
So I did Finland, England, France, Germany, Netherlands. Same thing like Slam, TV wrestling. They're happy with everything. Romania was awesome. They were like cursing and giving the finger and stuff. But Romania was fun. And then Hungary I didn't wrestle in because I fell down the stairs in Germany, so I couldn't wrestle in Hungary. My wife was with me. When I'm on my phone, I missed one of the steps and I fell down the whole flight of stairs. My ankle was killing me. I couldn't do Hungary. But Hungary fans like hardcore stuff. That's why at least for the most part, like general. Canada, very similar to the US. They love good wrestling. Puerto Rico, that's lucha. So they like, arm drags, different types of wrestling. They like a lot of high flying stuff.
Okay.
That's Puerto Rico, Mexico. And Japan, hard hitting. They love everything in Japan, but they love precise stuff in Japan.
You were in Japan for a while.
No. I worked for New Japan in America.
Okay.
For a little bit.
Okay.
But in Japan, I did 2 shows within 3 days, literally the day after my wedding.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what are you noticing about, in comparison to the US, the cultures around wrestling in all these different countries? Did you find that there was countries that actually enjoyed it more than the US?
Japan's like a religion to them.
Really?
Japan, they love it. They actually, they get so emotionally invested into everything you do. Like
They fall in love with the wrestler themselves.
They love it. Yes.
Yes.
Germany too. Like they love it. France. It's really a beautiful thing to see. Puerto Rico, they're really rowdy. Puerto Rico they have these horns. They will blow them nonstop, and it's to the point now I can't even hear backstage. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They blow these horns. But it's just when you're in the ring, it's great to hear those things, right? But when you're backstage and wherever you're doing anything, it's just so loud.
Yep.
So that just shows you how much they care. They're like noisy. They go crazy. They actually I was playing the bad guy and this lady was trying to fight me. I came out. I gave her a fake high five, pulled my hand back, and she got up and started like chasing me. It was pretty bad. It was crazy. So like they're passionate, and I love that. And there's nothing more that you want as a performer to perform people who are passionate about what you do.
Yeah. And with all this travel that you have done and currently do, is there anything that you've learned? Because I feel like about yourself or about life, because I feel like travel unlocks all these things in our brain and makes us see different perspectives, cultures. We're looking at different languages and, oh, look how they do things. And with all that travel now being said to this present day, what's the biggest thing you've learned? Maybe it's about yourself or maybe it's about the world.
That's a really good question because there's a few cycles of what you just said that lock into one thing. So I think I've learned to appreciate and enjoy the moments I'm in. My wife and I love traveling together. So we love our moments to be able. I bring her with me, right?
She comes with you too.
Not everywhere, but when I overseas, like if I'm there for a long time,
it's a longer
yes.
trip. Okay,
yes.
Cool.
And we love those things. It's so much fun, and I learn about her. She learns about me. It's just a beautiful thing, and that's special. But as myself, what I've learned, I love the cultures. I love learning the cultures. I love seeing the beautiful sights there's to see. But a lot of it is appreciating and enjoying the moments that you're in, because a lot of my job is on the phone, right? Like promoting, cutting content nonstop, and it's put the phone down and enjoy where you are in the moment. And that's an everywhere thing. Not only we're traveling, but it's everywhere because I've been so busy lately and so consumed with my work that I haven't had much time with my wife lately. And I'm like, I don't like this. This doesn't feel great, Yeah. So I have to learn to put the phone down and just enjoy where I am, wherever I am.
Yeah.
Right. And that's something that I think people need to learn in general because we're always on our phones now. That's the generation. And we're so caught up on being on the phone that the world is passing us by. Right. And that's a sad thing. So I've learned that. I've learned travel hacks. I've learned, those things. But, neck pillow. That's one of the most important things because I've, for years, everywhere, every week, Vegas, LA, Cali, wherever I went, Texas, I just traveled and it's like laid there, right? Neck pillows changed the game.
Yeah.
And stretching and whatever. And then one year I actually wrestled for WWE. I somehow I tore my rotator cuff, like partially. That was the injury I was nursing for a year and a half. I was like, my shoulder was destroyed. And finally, I got stem cells on it and PRP on it, and it was great. So when you invest in yourself and invest on your health, that's the best thing you could do. Because now you aren't going to be dealing with those things. So I've learned with my travels, with everything that I'm doing, is to invest in your health and your body. Because even when you're traveling, you got to take care of your body, you know?
Which is the hardest time to take care of your body. 'cause
Exactly.
You're on the go.
Nonstop. Now, but also to just appreciate where you are and what you're doing. Like, for example, I just traveled the last 2 weeks, 7 different flights within 2 weeks. And as much as I was like, I'm tired, I want to be home, you know, I'm just tired and I want to go to bed, I want to rest. But if you switch that mindset to, I'm getting to see this part of the country and I'm excited for it, and I'll be home with stories to tell my wife, that is kind of a better mindset to have. So it's a lot of mindset stuff I learned as traveling. And a lot of it is also, I'm lucky to travel. You know how many people don't get to travel? How many people want to travel but can't? Or want to travel but don't know how to, or don't know where to start.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you have to look at it with glass half full and think of yourself as, okay, I get to do this. I don't have to do this. I get to do this. I'm blessed to do it. That's it.
But why and how did you adopt that mindset?
My wife.
She just kind of instilled it in you.
Yeah. So for a while I had a problem not being present, right? I was just constantly working, constantly on the phone, constantly doing emails, bookings, everything that I'm doing, podcasts. I thought about it. I'm like, I must suck to be around with. Like, if I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm forgetting things she told me. I'm not taking out the garbage. I'm supposed to take the garbage out. The dishes, the sink is full of dishes, and I'm not doing my part as a husband.
Yeah.
And that's the most important job I have, right? No matter what, I have to go. My home is my most important thing. I go to home every night. So, or when I'm home. And I was like, I have to change. I want to be someone, my wife and I are very happy together, but I don't want to be somebody who, you ever talk to somebody and they're on their phone and it's like, you feel like shit. You're like, I want to talk to you and you're not, and oh, I'm listening, but you're really not. I don't want to be that to my wife. You know, especially my wife, so the woman who's been there with me when I had nothing, and now I have everything. I want to make sure that she wins too.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing, because she was with me, older than me, you know, trusting her future with me while I was 20 years old, wrestling.
Yeah, that's
like, if I'm a woman, I want to be with somebody who's got this shit together, right? You know, I was 20, I was living in my sister's basement, wrestling. You know, I did not have my shit together whatsoever. So now that I have my shit together, now that I'm succeeding in what I'm doing because of her believing in me, I'm going to make sure that she gets every benefit she can get out of it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you think she believed in you at that time? What do you think she saw in you?
I don't know. Because it's like, if I'm a woman and I'm meeting a guy who's younger than me with no regular job, just a dream he's chasing, just starting out at it. Well, I have to reiterate, though, I was working for Ring of Honor, one of the biggest companies in the world. So I guess that kind of made her feel like, oh, that's cool. You got something going. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But then during COVID, I was not doing wrestling. Like, a lot of that was shut down.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor got bought out by somebody else. So I was no longer there. So now I'm like, oh shit. Like, what am I gonna, you know what I'm saying? So I had to be a man and do construction. I had to do Amazon delivery, which was the worst job I ever had in my entire life. I hate Amazon delivery. They treat you like shit. But yeah, it's one of those things where I had to make ends meet no matter what.
Yeah.
I started at 14. All I knew was wrestling.
Yeah.
That's all I knew.
And you're 25 now, you said?
26.
26.
Yeah.
Was there ever a moment, maybe since you were 20, that you thought, I don't want to do this anymore?
No. I had moments where I was like, yo, I got to get my shit together. If I don't make money at this point, I have a woman with me who I have to take care of her. I gotta be a husband. I gotta make sure that there's food on the table every night, no matter what. And there were times when I was jobless and she was like kind of taking charge. You know what I mean? And I appreciate her for everything she did and everything she does to this day. But I have to do my job as a husband. Always. That's the most important thing. And like I said, she trusted in me when again, most women don't want to date a younger man, right? At least I think so. I don't know. or the same age. I was 8 years younger than her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I had to.
There was a pressure on you.
Oh, by far. That's what it was. There was a lot of pressure. But one thing about me is I thrive on the pressure a lot of the time. So I was doing pretty damn good. But my biggest thing now is that the fact that she was there for me since day one and dealt with the bullshit that I had to deal with. I'm going to make sure that no matter what happens, she is taken care of and she reaps the benefits with anybody else. And now she is. I'm getting her put in movies, multiple movies.
Sick.
Yeah.
So there was a moment where you kind of doubted, maybe, not so much you wanted to stop wrestling, but maybe you're like, oh, I got to get my shit together, or, you know, I really got to start making more money doing this. So when that moment happened, like, what did you do? Like, what was the next step in saying, you know what, like, okay, I have this resume, I have this experience, but maybe I want to be more of a provider now for my family. How am I going to turn it up a notch and make this happen?
So I got my CDL and became bus driver for a while.
Okay.
And as I was doing that, I was heavily chasing getting signed by my agent, who I have now. Thank God, it all worked out. But I had a connection to an agent who runs an agency, who's also an agent, and I geared my focus on investing in things that would make her notice what I'm doing and sign me. So a lot of my focus changed from like the grind to the grind in media stuff, because everything's you're following, right? Yeah. So I would wrestle and I continue always wrestle, but I took my media game to the next level.
Okay.
I did more social media, more posts, more online presence, and that's how I got signed by my agent at some point. I signed with her. I signed to the agency when April, or May, and that is where now I have stability, and now I know. I mean, now I'm at the point now where it's like that's where it was. I had to shift my focus, not stop wrestling, but focus on a way to be able to make ends meet no matter what, and that's how I did it. Yeah, and but until then, you know, more bookings, sell more merch, you know, and do my bus driving until I didn't need to anymore, and now I'm not doing it no more.
But I think that says a lot about you as a man, you know, because a lot of people, they look to excuses first, you know, or they look to victim mentality first. But you made it clear, hey, I had side jobs. I was doing this to do this and prove to people that I was serious about, you know, either being that provider for you or being this person in my career. So I got to give you huge daps for that, because a lot of people would have just broke down and said, well, okay, it's just not going to work.
I see that a lot. I see people, I can't, I'm not making money yet. It's not happening. But there's a mindset I feel that when I adapted is I'm going to make shit happen no matter what. And I'm not going to stop till it happens.
Yeah.
That's the mindset that I had to adapt.
And on a day-to-day, are you doing anything to kind of sharpen this mindset? I know you're probably working out, you're in the gym, you're doing your thing, but is there anything on a mental side of things? Was there a book you read, or was there actions you were taking where you meditate? What were you doing on a day-to-day to really stay locked in? The Bible.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about it.
That connecting with the Word of God is one of my favorite things that I do. You know, it calms me down. I get to have peace. I get to feel the presence of God and just be. It takes me out of my hectic day. Every day for me is hectic, as you can probably imagine. So I get to calm down and relax, and also at the end of the day, nothing, or a lot of 90% of the things are not that serious to where you have to be crazy all the time. Yeah. So I had to calm down and just relax. For example, I have my agent working with a lot of brand deals that are coming through. And it's a lot of some of it's process stuff. Like some of it's like, oh, we have a meeting this time. Oh, we have a follow-up meeting and whatever. And during those times where I'm getting these meetings ready and getting these bookings ready for these movies and stuff like that, me and my wife had a trip planned to the Bahamas a couple weeks ago. And I had to put my phone down, you know, and one of my agents was like, I don't want your phone in your hand at all. We're going to handle our shit for you, but I want your phone down. I want you to enjoy time with your wife. And it was so hard for me, 'cause things are like this close to coming through. Yeah. and I don't want to you know what I'm saying? It's hard.
You don't want to miss anything.
I don't want to miss anything, but I want to enjoy the time with my wife. But it's just such a hard thing because the thing is, I want to enjoy this with my wife, but if I land these opportunities, I get to enjoy that with my wife more because the money, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I could give my wife the life that we both want. So it's for her, it's for us, but it's a really hard power struggle. It really is because I want to be able to succeed so much that she's not to worry about ever again. We can move to Florida, do our thing, right? Or whatever. I mean, I live in New York, we're saying that, but whatever. And I want to give her that life that we dream about. And I'm that close to doing it. And to put my phone down during all that is crazy.
Yep.
But I did it for the most part. I had trouble, but towards the end of the trip, I was like, damn, I need more days here because I genuinely I had so much fun, even though I was not perfectly on the phone, not on the phone. I didn't have the phone down the whole time, but towards the end of the trip, I wished I had my phone down most of the time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure. I think you did good even just putting it down at all.
It's not. Yeah, it was not easy.
I was gonna say that.
It was not easy. A lot of these meetings were about to happen, and we went to Bahamas and you know what? In hindsight, if I did have the phone down the whole time, these meetings still would have happened.
Everything would have been the same.
Yep.
I know. When you realize it like that, right? Looking at the world of wrestling before we get into the acting, is there anything about that world, about that industry that you wish you knew before going into it?
I wish there was a clear path to making it. Okay. At least I wish that there was, when you go to a job, you're like, all right, 2 years you'll be here, 3 years you'll be here. None of that wrestling.
And that's what I was asking you at the beginning. I was like, is there that
that's
ladder, right? But there's not.
There's not. It's situational, right? I wish there could be like, hey, you're doing this, 2 years from now, you charge this, and you get this benefit and these things.
Then in another 2 years, you're there, and so on.
Yeah. I wish there was that. And I wish for a lot of things, different jobs. I wish there's a lot of jobs don't have that.
For sure.
But that's one thing I wish I knew.
Okay.
I think.
And then if there was someone watching this that's maybe 16, 17, and they want to get into wrestling, now knowing everything you do know, what advice would you give them?
If you love it, do it.
Yeah.
If you're passionate about it and you want to do it, you do it. And also chase your dream. Like, you only live once. You only live one time. So would you rather sit at a desk and do something you hate and be miserable, or would you rather try something you love and if you succeed at it, great. You killed it. You're doing it. Like I never thought I'd be in the spot that I'm in. Or you just I can't do it, and you go do something else.
Yeah.
No. And guess what? If you try it and you fail, you can always go back and work at a desk job.
For sure.
Right? I think do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
And how, because you even mentioned like there's no really 5-step way to get to the top in wrestling. How are you judging your own growth in the game? Are you basing it off of your social media numbers? Are you basing it off of a tour you got booked to? What are you is it brand dollars coming in? What are you looking at month to month, year to year to say, you know what, I grew last year in this game? So
I got signed to talent agency.
Huge.
That's huge.
Yep.
Massive. One of the biggest ones actually. That's one. 2, now I'm getting put in movies. But also I'll tell you, it's because of wrestling. Because now I am this figure in wrestling that I was able to get into a movie and perform how I did, right? And I used what I learned in wrestling in the film that I was in. But I will say, okay, if the opportunities are getting bigger, and they have been, overseas travel, social media following going up, people want to work with you, making more money, that's kind of the way I know how what I'm doing is right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
It's all those things you just said. But I would say that, now that I'm getting opportunities to be in movies and bigger podcasts, and that is where the real growth will happen, I feel.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think everyone wants to get a chance to be in a movie.
For sure.
So, and when you do, and now you're at the point now where you're seeing things happen that you never thought would happen. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
So let's talk about the acting then. How did that first come to be? Like, what was the first moment that there was an opportunity?
I did some movies earlier this year. I filmed a movie with Men Speaking. It's a men's mental health. Okay. That was a big one for me because I was able to open up and be me. Very and cool. Show people and show fans and everybody watching that as a athlete, as a professional athlete, as a performer, we still go through shit.
You're still human. Yep.
Yeah. And then later that year, I got called. I got to be on the Times Square billboard. Like, things have been happening.
I saw the billboard too.
Yeah,
So
that was for a movie.
Okay.
That was for one of the movies I was in. And now, fast forward, I got put in a movie called Family Ties by Matthew Raymond. That was in LA like 2 weeks ago.
Is that the mob movie?
Yes.
Sick. I saw you promoting that.
Hell yeah. It was so much fun. I thought I did a really good job. I loved it. It was a fun opportunity. And then last minute, I got called for a horror movie in Pennsylvania the next week. And
is this from your agent too, though? This is all coming from your agent?
This is all me.
Wow. This is straight to you.
It's straight to me.
Wow.
Yeah. My agent is handling stuff that is massive
Yep.
outside of this space.
For sure.
But these things I've done myself. And I am baffled that I did that. And
where are these opportunities coming from? Like, they're just from social media. They're seeing you at
they
another.
see me. Yep. They see me. They email me, DM me, or whatever it is.
Okay.
And I did that movie Tuesday, Crimson Harvest, Xander Goldman, horror movie. I tell you what.
Horror movie. That's interesting. Yeah.
And you never know who's watching. This is advice for anyone watching. And in general, you never know who's watching. Because guess what? Behind the camera, people were videoing behind the scenes stuff. They were directors in other movies.
There you go.
And I got called to be in another movie.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you never know who's watching, whether it's wrestling, acting, music, comedy even. You never know who's watching. A person in the crowd or a person behind the scenes can be somebody who can give you opportunities. And that is happening now.
And have you found any similarities from the wrestling world to the acting world?
Yeah. I was able to, my script was all improv. The whole thing was improv.
In the movies?
Yes. In this last movie, Crimson Harvest. All improv. And I had a lot of lines. And they were very impressed with me. So I utilized my on-the-fly, on-the-go ability on the microphone in wrestling to my movie.
Okay.
And acting ability. And I think I did pretty damn good. And I'm getting a lot of messages and calls for more.
Yep.
So it's kind of like wrestling's made me get to this point where I could do more than just wrestling.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Do you enjoy it more than wrestling?
No, so it's a different rush.
For sure.
Because wrestling's like, I went out there, I killed it.
But there's also people there, right? Live.
Like
in wrestling.
Wrestling,
like you're going out to
insane.
a crowd, right?
Yes, it's insane. It's live. It's a rush you get. You feel great after the match. You feel like you're on cloud nine. You feel like you're amped up. You're beefed up. It's crazy. I love it. And that's addicting. I love it more than anything.
For sure.
But that same point, being on set, it's a lot of go and stop. Like you'll film a scene and then stop for like however long and then back and then it's a lot of that.
Yep.
Downtime. But that's also addicting, I will say.
Yep.
So I love both. And the fact that I can do both at a high level and love both so much is a massive blessing in my life.
You're like The Rock.
That's where I want to.
He does it all, right?
Yep. That's the goal.
And he started with wrestling.
Yep.
It's funny because you're talking about acting, but we just spoke about wrestling, how there's like no 5-step guide. Acting's the same.
Same thing. There's none. That it's both places.
So you're just choosing some challenging paths.
Yes,
Right?
very much so. But I'm utilizing the growth from wrestling and my name value because again,
Of course.
everything's name value.
Yep.
They see it following. I want to use you for something. So that helps.
For sure.
So thank God for wrestling that I've had all that and done all that because now in movies they see this and they want to use me.
Yeah.
And I'm also a stunt man because of wrestling, right?
True.
So I could get speaking roles or
Two roles in one.
Yep.
You can even get two in one. I'm saying, or one or the other.
Exactly. So it's crazy to see how much wrestling plays a role in both.
For sure. Do you think that, like, I'm trying to figure out your motivating factor when it comes to how you're going to continue this? Like, do you think that if in a year or two acting was paying you millions, you would be wrestling?
Yeah. I
You
think
you still would?
I would still, yes.
Or vice versa, by the way.
Yes.
If wrestling turns around and says, hey, we're going to put you on a whole different pedestal now.
Two things about that. The first thing, if wrestling's making me millions, it's only so long that can last because of your body holding up. I'm saying 50 years old.
True.
But let's just say I live till 80.
Yeah.
I have 30 more years. Yes, I could live off my brand deals or my autograph signings. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But now if I flip it, I could do movies till I'm 90.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judd Hirsch, my dad's neighbor, Judd Hirsch. He's a very big actor. He's like 96 and he's still doing movies. He's doing plays too.
Yeah.
Stunts at plays, 96 years old. Crazy. So it's like they go hand in hand, right?
Yep.
If I made flipping it, if I made millions in movies, I would wrestle, but I would pick my spots wisely.
Be more picky with what you do.
Yes, and I would do what I love doing. Like I would wrestle in Europe all the time. I'd wrestle where I want to wrestle, right? I would do what I want to do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
For sure. You mentioned something about at what age do wrestlers usually stop? Depends on your body.
Yeah.
Just depends on your health.
I mean,
what's the average age someone stops, you think?
What's John Cena, 50?
Probably. His late 40s. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably something like that.
I don't know. I
He's still kicking it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say for me, it's like until I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I want to keep doing it forever. You know, I love it. But yeah, like I said, like I love wrestling. It's what I started with. It's my heart. But if I could do movies and succeed at it and do them and grow and be great, they could only help each other out.
Of course.
I just gained 400 followers in the horror fans. It's like, you know what I mean?
Oh, from the horror movie.
Yeah, I announced it. They got shares, stuff like that, and now I'm getting all these, directors following me. So it's like, if I gain a huge fan base in the horror industry and wrestling,
yep, they only help each other.
Yeah. That's because now wrestling fans will watch the horror movie that I'm in, and now the horror fans will watch my wrestling events.
Yep.
Now both go hand in hand, and now look where we are.
Of course.
You know, the more eyes, the better.
Yep.
So I think both.
So you got the wrestling going on, you got the acting. Is there anything else that you're working on?
Brand deals, but that's my agent and I doing that together. That's more so like, you work on it, but it's more so like utilizing things that we have. So it's not something I could really like work on myself. It's my agent. So but for myself, doing more podcasts. I had a time where I was doing like 3 a week, nonstop. But now it's like I took a little downtime because, like, again, you don't want to be so out there.
What, you want to go on runs, like certain runs at a time.
Yes.
Yep.
Because if I'm potting every single week, it's like, okay, like I already heard the story, like on,
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But so I still do them, but not as frequent as I was doing them.
Well, you take some time, you keep building the story and
Exactly.
adding to the story, and then you go tell it again.
Exactly.
Right?
Like today was a huge one today for me. I had 2 massive podcasts. So that's kind of.
I feel like you should have your own energy drink.
Well, that's something that's being worked on.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't talk too much.
I can't, but it already is. And I should have my own energy drink.
Right? That's like the perfect one for you.
It is, and I've wanted it for a while, and I know what I want in the drink or for the drink or the flavor, but it's not gonna. I would like to have a red velvet cupcake energy drink flavor.
Oh.
But not everyone likes red velvet, and I already had to hear the story.
For sure.
I love red velvet.
I personally love, but I get what you're saying.
It's so good. But I had so many people tell me, "Oh yeah, I think it's something everyone likes because it won't sell." And I was like, "All right, I'll just go fruit punch, right?" But I just want to be different, right?
For sure.
If I'm gonna get an opportunity to do something, I want it to be different, somewhat.
Yeah.
Flavor, something, but red velvet.
Make an espresso flavored one for us. We need that. I've been chugging that all day. Oh, man. What's the biggest thing you've learned in the last 10 years of your life? It's a marathon.
It's a marathon, not a race. Because my mindset of nonstop, just go, has caused problems in my life.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been present to my wife sometimes. You know what I mean? I haven't been, and again, I don't neglect my wife. It's just there are times when we're watching a movie and I answer her phone. It's not the fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun for her, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. But if I just live in the moment, phone on silent, do whatever, I think it would be a lot more. It's a lot of value. And again, everything I've noticed this: 99% of the phone calls or things that I get aren't as urgent as right now. They could wait an hour or so.
We always think they're the most urgent thing ever, and they're still there the next morning and the next day.
Yep.
Right. So I'm really feeling a lot of awareness from you. That's something that you're really dialed into right now.
Be grateful for where you are.
Yeah.
I had so much of my life not happy where I was, wanting more. But again, I fight with this because it's like I want more to be able to provide for my wife even more than I already am, and being able to give us that life that we want.
Yeah.
I want to be able to be like in Italy for a month and not having to worry about a single thing,
Yeah.
right? That's a dream life, I would say. Or hey, honey, we're going to Japan for a week. Or hey, honey, we're going to Disneyland for a month. You know, but that's like I want to those are luxuries, but I want to be able to give my wife that. I want to be able to give her, hey, we're going here. Oh, I'm not telling you where we're going, but surprising you. You know what I mean? Or I want to be able to buy a dream home in Florida, right? That like I want to be able to give her that dream life, and it's like I get angry at myself for not being further, but on the same time, everyone says be patient, but also I don't want my wife having to like I want to be able to give her that life now, right?
Yep.
That's kind of how it's a really big battle.
I know. I would say you're still young.
Yeah.
I still think like if someone watches this whole episode, they're gonna be like, "How the hell is this guy 26? He just said he went to 40 countries. He's acting. He's wrestling. Like you've done a lot for your age.
Thank you.
You know, I would say you have a successful relationship, successful businesses that you're creating, right? Like this is all good stuff. People get to 45 and haven't even done this stuff yet.
And that's crazy to think. And you're right. And it's half glass full, right?
Yep.
And but then
you look around and you compare yourself.
Exactly.
Look at this guy. He's 28 and he probably has 40 times more money than me. And this guy's 22 and he already did way more than I did. But that's gonna kill you, bro.
Exactly. You can't comparison thief of joy.
All
and
day.
but then also you see like all the conspiracy theories of like the government collapsing and stuff like that. And like I have to do this now fast.
That's the one that keeps me going fast.
Yeah, it's like, oh shoot, like
I'm like, wait up. If this world's about to end, I gotta get as rich as I can right now.
exactly.
I know.
So you get like, okay, let me relax, and then you're like, okay, let me work hard. But oh no, in 2 months from now, we're gonna be digital. And I was like, oh shit.
It's this, and even I talk to a lot of people about this too, because they're just like, well, I'm like, yo, you should go hard for like 10 years and then you'll have the thing that you wanted to. And they're like, dude, I could die tomorrow. And I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like,
It's hard.
How am I gonna beat that one?
It's a never ending cycle of just being grateful and living in the moment. Where you are, right?
Vinny, I'm gonna ask you to manifest something on the episode. So we ask our guests to manifest something you want to come to life in the next 5-10 years. Be as detailed as you can, because we're gonna come back in 5 years, clip it, and say this guy said it 5 years ago. Once it comes to life, but you can look in the camera and tell them directly.
I want to be in more movies.
How many more? Be even more detailed.
Hundreds.
There you go.
I want to wrestle on more events. I want to get signed to a wrestling company eventually. You know, AEW, WWE. Have a beautiful family with my wife. Live in Florida. I want to be top dog in the horror industry, killing it in movies. I will do other movies, of course, but I want to be able to kill every opportunity that I get, and I want to really expand what I'm doing now and make it bigger and bigger as I go. I want to sign more brand deals. There are multiple that are happening that are in the works happening now, but in 5 years from now, I would want even bigger or more of them. I would like to be able to have people in my life. I want to take care of my family, like whole family. I want to take care of my mom, dad, sister, nieces, nephews, brother-in-law. I want to take care of all of them. I want to be so wealthy that I could take care of everybody in my family, because I see people struggling and it's just terrible. You know, one job for people doesn't do the justice anymore. So I want to be that light in people's lives and be able to help people. You know, and I want people to be inspired by me. I want at least thousands, hundreds of thousands of people to see what I've done and see my story and hear from me and be inspired and to chase their dream and to maybe change their mindset from negative to positive if it is negative. That's
beautiful.
It. Thank you.
That's all going to come to life.
I think so too.
I got you. We're rooting for you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to do some rapid fire, some quick ones before our famous question. What's one belief you've had to unlearn as you grew? Maybe a belief you had earlier on in your life that you're like, I can't keep acting like this or believing in something like this.
I have to trust the process. And I didn't trust the process. I thought I had control of everything. I thought that if I didn't do this now or do this moment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything happens at its own time. So believe in yourself.
If you weren't wrestling or acting, what would you be doing?
I would either be a firefighter or marine biologist.
Okay.
I love sharks.
Damn. That's a bit of a switch.
Yeah.
Maybe in your fourth career, you're gonna.
Yeah, I'll swim with sharks.
What's the most painful moment you've endured that became your biggest motivating factor?
In middle school, I had my biggest crush ever asked me to be her boyfriend on April Fool's Day. I said yes in front of the whole cafeteria. Horrible. And they all laughed at me, videoed me, got in my face, laughed at me. I went to the bathroom and cried. That was the moment where I was like, first of all, one of my best friends was like, dude, did you ask you out on
Oh, he was in on it?
yes.
Oh my God.
And the thing is, though, that kid's still my friend, and I never once like held it against him.
That's because you're a good guy.
Yeah, but if someone did that now, I'd hate them. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. You're a good guy.
Thank you.
My heart just broke when you said that, by the way.
I remember being, why April Fool's Day? Oh, that's the state. She wants to do it, and I'm like, so she's gonna ask me to be, and dude, I should have known when everyone was circling, like the whole cafeteria was all around us.
Something was about
and they
to
were
happen.
videoing.
Yep.
Like, did I really think that they wanted to see me win? Right? Like, what was that?
That's when you first learned that people actually don't want to see you win.
Exactly.
There you go.
I said yes, of course. Why would I? I don't know why I did that, but
course.
silly me. And that was it.
Damn, man. So that became a big motivation for you.
Huge.
That was huge. Okay. What's the biggest misconception about wrestling?
That's fake.
You would say that's false?
It's not fake. Nothing's fake.
It's not fake.
Nothing fake about it.
I thought it was fake.
It could be. It's performing art.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not trying to kill my opponent,
Obviously, yeah.
but it's performance.
Okay.
Everything we do hurts,
Okay.
and everything's emotional. Everything works.
Everything you do hurts.
Everything we do hurts.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The ropes hurt. and you bounce off them, which is fun.
I mean, if someone's jumping on you, it's probably going to hurt, even if it's...
Yep.
Okay.
There's ways to be safe about it.
For sure.
Like, there's parts of the people's body that you could hit harder than others that are safer, right? But we do the safe. We hit hard in safe places.
Now, let me ask you this. Is the drama all fake, or is there actually some real drama in there?
Well, I've cried in promos where I use my real life trauma to make me cry. Yeah. So, like, you could, it's both. You know what I mean? There's times when real life stuff happens that gets turned into like a storyline. Yeah.
Okay.
Not often for me, at least, but it happens.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What city or country changed your perspective the most?
On what?
On life.
Beauty?
On life.
Finland.
Finland.
Yeah. The beauty of it. France is the most beautiful place I've ever been, but Finland was the first one to do it.
Yeah, but that's because you haven't been to Italy.
Not yet. Soon. I have to go to Italy soon.
We gotta get you there. We gotta get you there.
I watched your stories and I was like, I had to watch your stories. They were every day. It was like a different meal, a different thing you were doing. It looked addicting.
You gotta get there. They'd love you there, bro.
ASAP.
What's one moment in your career that you would want to relive?
Wrestling for New Japan.
Okay.
The way I had the energy drink moment on pay-per-view and the whole place going nuts. That moment was right. That moment was it for me.
Do you feel like you're still chasing like a moment like that?
Oh yeah,
Like
always.
you still chase that kind of high?
Always.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dinner with 3 people, alive or dead. Who are you going with?
Bryan Danielson, The Rock, and John Cena.
That's a huge dinner.
Yeah.
That's a huge dinner.
Oh, Christian Bale. Throw him in there.
Oh,
Throw him in there.
is that your like acting inspiration?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's-
freaking love him.
I think he's been like the most diverse actor. Like the way he changes his whole life and body every time
It's
he does
insane.
it's crazy.
I love him. And Batman, there is no better Batman than Christian Bale.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best actors, I would say, of our generation. What would your younger self say to you if they saw you today? Your 14-year-old self.
I
If they
can't,
walked in
I
here.
can't believe it.
would-
That's to say, I can't believe you did this.
You can't, like happy though?
Yeah.
Happy though.
But to be funny though, I still not. To be frank, I'm still not happy where I am. I want to be.
But I think the kind of guy you are is like you'll always want more out of yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll ever get to a moment where you're like, oh, I'm done growing and getting better. Like I can't.
That's scary though too, because you think I just want to be able to do this, and when you do it, you're like, okay, what's next?
Well, for sure.
How could I do better?
Of course.
No, that's kind of the thing.
What's a mistake that actually became a huge blessing?
Never saying no to opportunities. In a good way though. Like I would always I got called. I would have a show. Hey, Vinny, we have a show Sunday tomorrow in Vegas. If I fly you out, would you do it? Yeah. That'd be missing a family event, but you know what I'm saying. So like I missed out on a lot of family time. I was never home from 14 to like whatever, really, even still. But I think being so ambitious can be a mistake sometimes, but it blessed me.
For sure. And what do you want to be remembered for?
Being positive, making people. I want to take care of the less fortunate. I want people who are going through stuff to look at my story and what I've been through and know that they will make it and they will get through it. And I want to inspire people, that anything's possible.
Yep.
I already did things that I thought was impossible for myself.
I think you're doing that now.
Thank you.
And our final question, the famous question, Vinny Pacifico, does money buy happiness?
I waited for this and I have my answer. Money doesn't directly buy happiness, but it buys the peace to make you happy, to allow happiness.
Okay.
Because if you don't have money and you are stressed out about money, one of the worst things to stress about. And you can't, and it's hard to be happy. So money does not directly buy happiness. Happiness is an emotion. But if you have money, that fear and anxiety and panic and worry isn't there anymore. It allows for more happiness. And you can also buy a flight to Italy and be able to be even more happy.
There's the answer. That's the one I was looking for. No, honestly, great answer though.
Thank you.
We've heard that answer a lot. A lot of people say it emphasizes the type of person you are, the money. But it really does come down to when you say money buys happiness, what does that happiness mean to you? Then you're able to answer the question. Okay, is happiness serving your family and protecting your family and making sure they don't have to worry about bills? That's your happiness? Mm-hmm. Money buys that.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Now, everyone always comes with, well, there's health, there's relationships that money can't buy. Fair,
but if my shoulder wasn't okay and I didn't have $3,000 to get stem cells, I have to get surgery and be out 6 months.
Facts.
So,
yep,
money does buy a lot of things.
People will say like, I know so many, multimillionaires that are miserable, right? And, I'll just be like, well, I know a lot of homeless people that are miserable too.
Exactly. And would you rather be in a bed and take care of your family? Or would you rather possibly get killed somehow, right? If you're homeless, people these days are terrible. They will just do anything to anybody.
True.
It's terrible.
Well, not you, because you'll give them a fucking arm bar and then they're...
DDT them, power punch them, my energy drink. But it's like, if you, it's dangerous to be homeless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now more than ever.
For sure.
Because just people are
very desperate right now.
Yes. Yep. And they will, but people, I'm seeing more now than ever before.
Yep.
People just stab somebody randomly in the street.
Of course. Well, here too, Toronto it's been happening a lot lately too.
So that's kind of where like having a place to live.
Of course.
So money is very important.
For safety and stability side.
Exactly.
At least.
Yes.
All right, Vinny. It was a great chat.
Awesome.
I appreciate you coming by.
Thank you for having me.
The boys here are rooting for you.
Appreciate you. Back at you.
Got to see you in some big movies soon.
Hell yeah.
Tell Al Pacino you're coming for him.
You know it.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Guys, if you made it this far, appreciate you. Make sure you guys drop a comment. I got all Vinny's links below, so go check him out on IG. Hit him up. DM him. Send him an energy drink, whatever you want. This guy's ready for it all, okay? Vinny, appreciate you, bro.
Thank you for having me.
We're out.
Appreciate it.